Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be unpacking issues 15, 16, 17 and 18 of the Imperium magazine. Here we go, I just received my delivery this month for the Imperium magazine, so we get 4 issues, also get one of the free gifts, which is the painting handle that you get when you sign up from the beginning, and also the premium kit number 1 as well. And in this video, we'll get it all unpacked. I'll open everything up so you can see exactly what's included. And it's pretty handy to get another painting handle. So really happy this arrived with this series of the collection. So we'll get the magazines open. I'll go through all the contents of the magazines themselves. And then also get the models built. You can have a close look at the sprues beforehand. I'll assemble everything and put it together. The premium kit I'm going to do a separate video for because there's quite a lot to build there. So we'll go for everything else in this video except for that premium kit. So first up is the free gift that comes when you sign up right from the beginning. So you get a series of gifts that come over a number of weeks. And I cover all this in some of the first videos I've done, and you can see those in the Imperium magazine playlist. But here it is. This is a nice, it's quite small actually, nice one though. You can just hold a decent size miniature. You're not going to get the big bases in there if you compare it to this one. It's certainly a little bit smaller there. You can't open it as wide as that. But still good though, and always handy to have another one, especially if you're doing batch painting. You don't have to stick them on paint pots or anything like that. So really great to have one extra. So be using that really soon with my Space Wolves army. Right, now let's go through the magazine. So let's do issue 15 first. We'll get this open, get rid of this wrapper out of the way, and we can take a look at everything that's included. So I always love getting these delivered. It's great fun, and these are pretty good issues actually, these 4. It's really starting to get some good models now. So there we go, that's all the contents. We've got a sprue, the bases, and the magazine itself. So you get these little bases, 28mm, and they're going to be for the flesh-eating Necrons, which are the flayed ones. So I've been really looking forward to seeing these, and they look really interesting and going to look awesome amongst all the other more pristine-looking Necrons. Let's have a look through the magazine then and see what's included. So here we are, the flayed ones. This is going to tell us all about them. And I really like, this is probably my favourite part actually. I really like this bit that gives you a good bit of information about what everything is included and what it does. And then we get some different info about the Space Marines here to add to the collection. And then it tells us how to build. So these are always very well put together and detailed. These are fiddly for sure, these models. So yeah, going to be really detailed little pieces, as you'll see when we go through the sprue. So yeah, nice instructions. We've got quite a few paints now delivered with the collection. So the how to paint guide, we can go through quite a lot of stages, especially if you want to do it in the traditional method. I'm not doing mine in the traditional method though. I'm doing a more quick version, and some of the videos are already up for the Necrons if you want to see how I've painted them, and I'll be doing these very similar. Then we've got a nice playthrough again, so these are really starting to get bigger now, more detail, more rules layering up, and so this is a great way to learn the game. You don't have to like get that big chunky book and feel like you've got to learn it all. You can just do it as the weeks progress. So really been enjoying that. And then right at the back, it tells us what we can expect from the next 2 issues, which we have, and we're going to take a look at those now. No, we're not. I forgot the sprue. Let's have a look at that first. So here's the sprue for the flayed ones, and you can see these tiny little pieces. It's really hard to even make out any of the fine details on this. And yeah, you'll see them put together later on, but these are going to be pretty fiddly to make. But 1 sprue is all we need, and we're going to get 5 models out of that. So yeah, really looking forward to getting these on the table and playing with them. Right, now we can move on to number 16. Let's get this open, get rid of this wrapper, and we can have a look. And now this is our second issue that we're going to get with 5 assault intercessors. We had 3, then we got another issue with 5 more, and now we've got 5 again. So we've got 13 intercessors all together, which is really great. You can never have too many intercessors, and I think this is my favourite artwork on the front of the magazine so far. I really like this. And yeah, that storm speed is coming down at a really sharp angle. So cool, let's have a look at what's inside here. And so first of all, we're going to get that bit of an introduction to the assault intercessors, telling us about all the markings, what the different weapons and armor do. So really good section, great bit on crack grenades. Then we've got some weapons for the Necrons. I really like these bits. These are great, really good detail, and great fun to read through. Again, just little bits of information at a time. Then we're learning about the Chaos Space Marines here, and these are the ones that come in that brown box that came with this, the premium issue #1. So we'll have a lot more to read about those. Another nice how to build. It did tell us to keep the sprue from the previous issue, but I found you didn't need it from the instructions. You didn't need those parts, but it's still handy to have those extra bits. And then with the painting, again, traditional method here. Then we've got another playthrough to look at. And so there's a little recap of the different phases. So you get a bit more information here now, a bit more of the rules coming through. And then we can play a little playthrough called Destroy the Warden this time, using the bigger mat and getting quite a lot of miniatures on the table. So really good. Another great playthrough there to look at later on. So looking forward to that. And then on the back, it'll show us that we're going to get this. Now, it says it's got a double-sided battle mat there, but you'll see this isn't going to be included in 18, as they've got a little bit behind. Now let's have a look at the sprue for the assault intercessors, and these are push fit. So you've got the little pegs and the holes. I always trim them because I find they just don't go together perfectly. So I trim off the little pegs and then just glue it all really tightly together, and it gets a better fit. Here's the sprue that was left. So you see there's a few parts there. So you can use that chain sword as a piece to add on to another model maybe. Now we're on to issue 17, and this is another one of the cargo crates. So we got one of these in a... didn't cut it. Let's do it again. They've got one of these in a previous issue, and there'll be 3 cargo crates all together with the whole collection. And so these are nice little pieces of terrain. I don't think you're saving an awful lot here. You know, when you think this is $8.99, if you bought the set that this comes in, you're pretty much going to pay around the same price anyway if you can get a discount on it. But still nice to have, and you're definitely not losing money. And that's how I flick through. Now we're going to see the battlefield terrain, learn a bit more as we go through it. So this is a nice touch. We've got the Ultramarines Grudges generator table. So you can add a bit of narrative to your actual army and give them some likes and dislikes. There's some info on the flayed ones. They look so sinister. I love them. I think they're really good. And then a bit more about the other units for the Necrons. And I really like the Necrons now. Since getting this collection, they've really grown on me. They never really appealed before, but I'm really getting into them. They're quite fun. So I'm really looking forward to building that army alongside the Ultramarines that are included in this, and also the Space Wolves that I'm building. So yeah, I'm going to have 3 really fun armies. And here we go, another playthrough to go through. So this is going to make use of that terrain now. So we'll have 2 crates all together that we can actually put on the battlefield. So that's good. We're going into the psychic phase as well, which is brilliant. Librarians for Space Marines are awesome. And that was in one of the previous issues, the Librarian. And probably one of my favourite units to have actually so far. So really enjoying that. So yeah, again 18, that bat won't be included. That mat, sorry. And then 19, we're going to get the 3rd cargo crate. We've also got this little pull-out, and these are included in every 4 or so issues. So this is going to be a pull-out for the dynasties of the Necrons. And so the idea is you take these magazines apart and put them in the folders that you get regularly. And then there's dividers that come with those folders. So you can have all like the information in the different sections. So building, painting, stories, and background info like this. So a really nice way to learn all about 40k. If you've seen the other videos I've done, you'll have had a close-up look at this, but let's do it again, just in case you didn't. And yeah, these crates are really nice. You just cut them out, trim them down, they're ready to go, no gluing or assembly. I really like the barrels. They remind me of a Dukes of Hazzard toy I used to have when I was a kid, so really fun. Right, now on to number 18, and this is a great model, my favourite of all 4, the Necron Technomancer. So he's a really good one. This is where you're going to save on these like special characters. So for $8.99 for this is a really nice saving. Even if you picked him up at discount, you're still saving a good amount of money. So I imagine a lot of these are going to get bought up, and you'll start seeing some Technomancers on eBay soon, I can imagine. But you get these 2 little sprues for him, and then it's going to be a nice build. So I like building the characters, really fun. And so in 16, you see on here, it tells us about this double-sided battle mat, but it's not included. I did get an email that said it will be included later on in the collection. They're just having issues. It was so popular, they're having issues keeping up with that. But let's look through what we did get. So we get the full magazine. We're going to get the Necromancer. And so in here, again, a really nice section which goes into the weaponry and all the different markings and everything. So that's really great. And then we can use that back piece to keep a track of the battle record. We got nice detailed armor section. Always like reading about this, so you can find out what the different types of armor are. So this is a really nice piece. Then we got Drakari, so you can learn a bit about those. We got some stories called March of the Machines to read through. Then you go through your build again. So the layout's always the same. and then you just start building up the collection as you go through. So yeah, this would be a nice one to build, and then looking forward to that. Then we're going to paint him up. So again, you've got lots of paints now. So you can, as more paints come with the collection, you go back and then do a bit more painting with it. And then a really thorough playthrough here again. So really lots to look at. You can see the firepower coming across. And then with the psychic phase introduced previously, we can start using that now as well. So really great. It shows us that mat again. I'm looking forward to getting it because it looks quite good actually. And on the back, it's got the like winter theme, so that's going to be great, especially for the Space Wolves. So got one of those already with the previous issue, and you can join them together, so that'd be great. And then we've got the next two issues. We're going to get the container and some paints. The paints, you're going to lose a bit of money there. You don't get value, especially now they're only doing 2 paints per issue. Let's have a look at the sprue, and here we can see a lot of detail on this. I think it's a really nice model. The weapon's really good, that stuff there. A really good looking model, this, and yeah, really great. That head is a really unusual shape as well. So a really interesting character. Looking forward to getting it built and trying it out. Yeah, so that's definitely my favourite from the issues so far. So here's all the sprues. So now I'll go and get all these built, and then we can take some pictures and you can see everything assembled that came in these 4 issues. So here's everything laid out and all put together. Don't forget, we still got that premium kit to unbox and build, so that'll be in a video coming very soon. But here's the first ones, the flayed ones, and these are probably the least favourite models I've ever built. They were so fragile. I snapped one of the claws there, but you know, yeah, really fiddly, really fiddly to build. Not easy. So these are probably the trickiest ones and my least favourite I've ever built. But worth it because they just look crazy good. They're so menacing and sinister. I think these are going to be awesome. And just the chaotic look of them is really going to go against and contrast with the almost crisp look of the rest of the Necrons. Then we've got the 5 assault intercessors. No option in how you position these. They are, as you can see them, with the push fit. So they were a nice, easy build. These are always great to put together the terrain. I really like these terrain sets. These are perfect. Cut them off, trim them, and they're done. And these barrels are really nice. Great to have dotted around the battlefield. They look really good. Then we got this guy, the Technomancer, and he was great to put together. Much easier than I thought. A little bit fiddly putting the legs on this bit at the bottom, but otherwise no problems at all. Went together really well, and I'm really happy with the result. That stuff looks excellent. So, and he's floating across the stand there in the air, so that's a really nice touch. And finally, we got the painting handle. So yeah, that was included too. But all up, a really nice selection. Really happy to get this. Came in a nice big parcel as well with that premium kit. So good fun. Can't wait to get the premium kit built, and I'll share that video here on the channel very soon. And if you want to see the other issues, I've gone right through from Imperium issue 1, and then I was doing single issues for 2, 3, 4 and 5, but now I've moved on to just doing 4 at once. And so after issue 5, you can see them then in those 4 blocks, so you can see everything included, and I build them all at the same time as well, so you can see exactly what it's like put together. And then don't forget to come back soon and watch that premium kit one, so I get that open and you can have a look at the contents in there too. This is really fun. It's going to be some Chaos Space Marines to add to the collection, so that's really great. I hope you enjoyed the video and this gave you a good idea of what the Imperium magazine's all about and what you would get from these collections. You can still pick up the individual ones in your local newsagents or supermarket here in the UK. You're only going to get the most recent one each week. But it's also great to see that the magazine's made available in Germany now as well. So that's a really good move. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games.